Tonight, Niue government responds to the sudden and questionable death of 35-year-old Templar Tomai Lunga at Niue Hospital last month. The family of a Niue prisoner involved in a high-profile murder 70 years ago says an apology from New Zealand government is overdue. And Niue bids farewell to its Chief of Police, Timothy Wilson, the local American admired for his fluency in Wangahau Niue. Ke he tau iki he motu whine moe tama whakalofalahi atu. Welcome to BCN News. Almost a week after laying their cherished son, father, husband and brother to rest, the family of Templar Tomai Lunga met with officials from the Department of Health this week in their quest for answers following his sudden and unexplained death at Niue Hospital last month. Here's Esther Pavihi with the story.
35-year-old Templar Tomai Lunga passed away after arriving at the emergency room in the early hours of November 23rd, seeking urgent medical attention. It's alleged he died after waiting over an hour to be seen by a doctor. Speaking at Templar's funeral service in La Capa on Saturday, his older brother, Dempster Tomai Lunga, voiced his concerns about how and why the Niue health system failed him. Tomai Lunga called on the government leaders to do something about the health system so no other family has to go through what they are going through. He said young men on the island are dying because the system is broken.
Pehe hana manatu, poke talawanga to whanoia. Sila tu ne from taki mone mamutu hea nono mamtol me whanongo. Pehe hana manatu, mas e tangata he whakatere whari. Se ei koe manatu vai nge hako manatu. Koe taha mena ia tuturu, ke tau tuki kita ki he waha. Ai koe mga hotu hituhi ai, kōhai mōhai. Kai longa to lolong ke ke ko fasi to mama tua do tol faru mo muinga ia faru ko mo mari atu sika kano do kupu tuku e awe ha ko to manatu pe he ha ko ki sianga mamutu. Our system is not right. Our system in a way is not right. Ai la leva e wharu he tau matakai nanga whuata, mo tau whuata, he mutu nei. Ne ko mamoare atu, whakarutukia, harotura tu momui. Siku tau mena tupe lahi ke lata mo mautoru, ke mga ho nei e tau whuata, me tau mga whaoa. Fuu i tau mga whaoa. Manako motu, ke no nofu ki nei. Whakaingoa e tōru e wharenganga o tōru ke niu e fuu. Niu e fuu. Siko ka kano ni mga hoa tu e mga hotunu nei, ako hei si nako ne whanongonongo mai koe laange ni ki ai, tō laange au ma pro ke motu, pihe manatu hau. Pepa tala ui in it, whai sere ke laulangi why a good man die. Why should a young man die? Why should young men, young women, koe hai tu tangata tutu. Whakamarolo, whakalahi au e aho nei. Momoko, si momoko e tapu katoa. Ai o si tu hina matetangi. Koe mena ia ne whora tu pihi au. Koe masike neo ke whakise manatu, whatua ki loto hako ke lata moe se hina hako, pula he mga whawa. Hako e mamana ki anga ke nā kai whai whoki he tuturu e tau mga whawa he mutu nei. Ke moua e tau masila pihi nei. Ke kōri e tangata he pō, si whakahora e tangata he hau. Ai whakasika e au koe tō tangata tua me tō tangata liongi o se tō tōru. Kai pe he hako tō whianga ne ono atu. Mōri, whai pureanga e atua ke lata me tau mana osi. Kaka ono ke tuturi tau mata. E tau mena ni hepe ta ngata mui ke laulangi nei. Ai langu matai e whakamafola ke he tau mana tuanga po ke tau loto. Si whakamore whakalahi atu au. Ka eke kua whai ta ngata ko hukia ke tau manatu. Kua whala. Ka e pihia e tuanga ki au koe tau kese ha pula ke mga aho pungi ia ni tupu e mana nei. Manako tuturu ke moto tuturu manako ki tu mana osi. Hako manatu. Osi la heke tu mtoka ki kila. Wa heke mana ia. Tausi si whakalofa ke tau tangata e motu si tausi. Fix our system si tausi la e whare ia ke ua matakutaku e tau tangata ke o atu ke kumi marolo po ke kumi lango matai. Ha koe tāla hatu tōru, koe mui aonga, koe mui ngahua, tangata marolo. Kua taria tu he mga whaoa, kua whāno tu ia koe maula.
That clip was from Rocksteady Niue's live stream of the funeral last week. Today, the Office of the Secretary to Government confirmed to BCN News that the Health Department officials met with the family yesterday before issuing this statement. The Health Department said they extend their deepest and most sincere condolences to Mrs. Rhonda Tomailunga and the family of the late Mr. Templar Tomailunga. The statement reads, "We are aware of the community's interest in the passing of Mr. Templar Tomailunga. Our priority is to provide support to his grieving family for their loss and to ensure we complete an internal review of the events surrounding Mr. Tomailunga's sudden passing." The Department of Health has been working with the Office of the Secretary of Government to provide preliminary findings that can be shared with Mr. Tomailunga's family in the first instance. The statement also said that the Public Service Commission will also lead an independent review of the circumstances of this case. This week, BCN News sent a list of questions to the Department of Health, the Chief Medical Officer, the Minister of Health and the Prime Minister, but the government has chosen not to respond to those questions at this time. Esther Pavihi, BCN News.
The family of a Niue prisoner involved in the high-profile murder of a New Zealand resident High Commissioner over 70 years ago says an apology from the New Zealand government is overdue. On August 16 in 1953, 3 Niueans had murdered Niue's resident Commissioner Hector Larson because of his alleged severe treatment of Niueans. The 3 men, known as Latoa Tama, Folitolu and Tamaeli, had escaped prison and used machetes to slaughter the 45-year-old in his sleep at the resident house at Tāpeu Hill. He is the first and only New Zealand diplomat to be murdered while serving overseas. The 3 young boys were sentenced to death, but after a massive public petition and an appeal to the Privy Council in England, the sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. The men served most of their time in Mount Eden prison in Auckland. Folitolu Tafua's family from Hikutavake acknowledges that their uncle committed a heinous crime, but they also believe the New Zealand government shares blame for enabling Larson's brutal treatment of the people of Niue.
They should send the families a message, or the Niue government, some good words for them, because they didn't do it for nothing. They were treated bad, and the man was coming from New Zealand.
In 1993, a book by historian Dick Scott, Would a Good Man Die?, alleged Larson had jailed, beaten and abused hundreds of Niueans. Last month, Folitolu's family gathered at the resident house at Tāpeu, where Larson was murdered, for a blessing of forgiveness for their uncle.
I think I'm still proud of him and love him as an uncle. But to go to the other side, like I say, he's good in both ways. He was helping the island, the country, and to come to think about God's way here, it's still that they murdered a man. Yeah. So, but I'm glad that we did that blessing.
Larson's tenure as Resident Commissioner remains the longest posting in New Zealand history. He held the position for nearly a decade. He is buried in Alofi at the Alofi Ecclesia Church. The government is looking to review Niue's building permit requirements to include the installation of fire alarms after a home was destroyed by fire last month in the village of Hakupu. Fire alarms are currently not mandatory in Niue, but that could be set to change. Here's the story.
According to the Director of Utilities, Clinton Chapman, fire alarms aren't mandatory under Niue's current building permit requirements, but it is provided for in the building code. Most homes and public buildings, including government offices and buildings, do not have fire alarms installed. In the absence of the requirements for fire alarms, the default is to have fire extinguishers. In a statement, Chapman said he acknowledged the need for fire alarms, especially in homes with the elderly, who are most vulnerable in the event of a fire. Esther Pavihi for BCN News.
Niue's Public Health Division is urging residents to be on high alert for whooping cough. The warning comes as New Zealand declares a whooping cough epidemic. Whooping cough, also known as pertussis, is a highly contagious illness, easily spread through sneezing and coughing. It can cause uncontrollable coughing fits, vomiting, and other serious complications. Symptoms include runny or blocked nose, sneezing, mild fever, and a persistent cough followed by a whooping sound. The Public Health Division says it's especially dangerous for young children and babies under 12 months old. They're urging locals to seek immediate medical attention at Niuefo Hospital if residents observe any symptoms. International talks on a landmark plastic pollution treaty stalled last week as plastic producing and oil and gas countries fell short of a consensus. 200 countries, including Pacific Island nations, met in South Korea after 2 years of negotiations. Negotiations were meant to be the fifth and final round to produce the first legally binding treaty on plastic pollution. Countries for the treaty aim to cap production as well as tackle cleanup and recycling. However, some countries remain far apart on the scope of the treaty. US Director for the Department of Environment, Hayden Tālangi, was among world leaders attending the negotiations. In a post on social media, the department said plastic pollution remains one of the biggest threats facing the islands, and Niue was standing strong alongside the Pacific Island nations in the treaty negotiations. China, the United States, and the Middle East were among the top polymer-producing nations in 2023, according to Statista.com. Global talks are expected to resume next year. Niue's Chief of Police Timothy Wilson is set to bid farewell to the island this Friday, marking the end of his 4-year tenure with the local police force. The American national earned iconic status in the community for serving the people of Niue as well as promoting Wangahau Niue and culture over 3 decades. Here's the story. Niue's favourite American is heading home.
It's a highlight of my career. I don't think anything could top my time here in Niue. I've just loved it so much.
Originally from Washington, he brought more than 20 years of law enforcement experience, having served in the states of Washington and Missouri in the United States.
Grateful for the government for having faith in me to come. The first American to ever been given the opportunity to come to Niue and to work in this role.
For Chief Wilson, however, his connection to Niue began 30 years ago when he arrived in 1993 as an LDS missionary. He visited the island frequently with his family before taking up the role of Chief of Police in 2020.
We wanted to come for a few reasons, plus I've always wanted to come back since I left here in the mid-90s. But I wanted my kids, one of the main reasons we wanted to come was I wanted my kids to learn that people are basically the same everywhere in the world.
And it was his passion for Wangahau Niue that would earn him a special place in the hearts of Niue's community. He remarkably adopted the language during his missionary work and maintained his proficiency over 30 years even after returning to America.
Kay mahani ni ka ki tame to ngata mai fafo si kwe toma haku ki alotoro ni amana ki o mai fafo ke pe he fai tangata ni manako ke how ni fra kwe tawanga he motu ki sia e furuola he motu nei, mo i tautaonga he motu nei, mo i lali ke hiki hawa puhala, ke o tatai mo i tauanga he motu nei. Kua mua ni i tau leo leo e pule ke tau se halotoru taonga hua mai he tangata.
And it was those language skills that would help serve him in his role with Niue's Department of Police during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I never thought when I took the job as Chief of Police that I'd be boarding a plane every fortnight and giving health protocol announcements on the plane. But it was definitely an interesting time, but I think I learned a lot.
For the devoted family man, the time has come to reunite with his loved ones.
We continue to hold Niue dear in our hearts, and we hope to be able to get a job that pays good enough to where we can come back regularly and visit.
As he prepares to depart for his homeland in the United States, it's a bittersweet farewell to the island that has become his second home.
I think that's the one thing I would caution anybody who comes from overseas, whether it's New Zealand or whether it's some other country, is that they really need to take time to understand the culture and understand how to do modern policing, but also how to do traditional policing and cultural policing and community policing in a context that's suitable for Niue. Not just come in and this is how we do it here and this is the way we're going to do it. So yeah, I would say it's a great opportunity, great experience, but you just have to come in with the right mindset.
The Public Service Commission now looks to recruit a new Chief of Police with no doubt big shoes to fill. Moana Makapili, BCN News. That's our show for tonight. Join us again for our Wangahau News Bulletin next Tuesday. If there's any stories you would like to share or think we should cover, you can contact us on our BCN Facebook page or visit us at the Met Office. A special whakalofa atu to our viewers from across the region and to our partners at Pacifica TV. I'm Moana Makapili, monui nei po.